All right, everybody. So much going down from the Blake Lively Baldoni situation to actors' wages to, again, the Grammys. A lot going on here today. There's more than that. Of course, Gladiator coming out. There's a lot going on. Let's all talk about this stuff right now. Let's get into it a little bit deeper. Let's get serious, and let's dive right in. Okay, guys, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this wage stuff one more time. I like what you were saying about, of course, I don't want to butcher his name, guys. I don't want to butcher his name, but I'm going to do it anyways. Djimon, it's Djimon Hounsou. Djimon Hounsou. That's how I think his name. Djimon Hounsou. Okay. So Djimon. Djimon came forward, and I get what you were saying, Trevor. I think that is very fascinating. It's good. If you showcase what he's making, you think what he wouldn't make compared to inflation, how much it costs to live in Los Angeles, how wages are supposed to have been going up since our strikes. You see his wage. That makes sense to me. Maybe you're like, maybe that can be some change. But do you think there are people out there that are like screaming, being like, well, what about me? I think everybody's gonna be saying that. But do you think there are actors like, what about me? What about me?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's tons of them. I think it's very natural to think that and like feel that immediately, like when somebody who's so much higher up, like complains about like, oh, they don't have enough or whatever. But like, I just think that like, it's an opportunity to look at it from a different angle, that like, this could be like a jumping off point for a conversation that benefits everybody. And I think that that's usually in situations like this. I think that that's the play to make. Like, how can this help everybody? Can we have this conversation? It's like everybody assumes that everyone's making, that actors are making a ton of money, but it's like, you look at a Marvel movie, it's got a $200 million budget. Well, 50 million of that's going straight to Robert Downey Jr. The rest of the actors sure aren't getting 50 million. Like you have to consider that, So I think he makes valid points. I mean, yeah, 2 million to 4 million would be absolutely life-changing money to, me or you or any of us. But, there's so many components to it. And like, I don't know if I know enough about everything that I'm saying here to like be the one making these arguments. But I mean, it's also like, you have to consider that like when you're playing at that level at Hollywood, like there's more expenses that you have that other people don't have. So like, he also needs to present himself in a way, like, I mean, he's going to have to show up in like fancy suits or else the press is going to tear him apart. Like, you have to maintain a certain level of lifestyle or else a lot of stuff comes down on you also. So like you get caught in this situation. I don't know.
It's very true, though. It's very true. You get to a certain area that you have to kind of hold that true. It's like be that A-lister kind of look and that kind of that situation to be in. And of course, there are more expenses. There's more your agent prices go up, your manager prices go up. You're probably paying a publicist. You think about that right there. That's a big portion of your check. On top of that, too, of course, maybe you've gotten to a different class. You're buying more things. They hold a certain standard, so you are that superstar. And I think when it comes down to, though, too, why he's not making as much comes down to residuals as well. We really shit the bed in the residuals. And I think a lot of people had more money than you'd think they would because they were getting it. It was like the gift that kept on giving. And it's not really giving like it used to. I think that'll eventually be gone. And then it becomes like, is it a sustainable job to be an actor? That's where it comes down to too. And that's what we're getting away from.
The strikes also with the Netflix residuals and the new media residuals. I see Queen posted in the chat that he needs to join the MCU or the DCU. He's in both.
He's in both.
He was in Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel for Marvel, and he was in both Shazam movies for DC. So like he already did.
Yeah, I know. It apparently didn't help him. You know what I mean? And it's like that's why I was like, I've seen this guy in everything. That's why I'm like. And I get like he's been popping in, they're not huge parts, if you're not a massive like principal, then you're not making like the biggest contract. You're still making good money plus residuals, but you're not doing like what you would be. It's like he's like an established day player kind of this point. That's what it kind of feels like. Well, look at his catalog of work too.
Player. Come on, this guy.
GR, what do you think?
I understand where Trevor's going with his comments about talking about you, but. Like us, Brian. I mean, we're not making $1 gazillion a year. And if you're worth $2 to $4 million, like I said in the hot take, what the fuck are you doing with your money? Put some of it in the bank,
Bank it up, GR. Bank it up.
Well, it's what it sounds like when I hear somebody making that kind of money complain. I think about the people that win the lottery and then are broke a year later. It happens.
Yeah, well, that's what people will start leaning towards OGR too. That will be like that's like a knee jerk initial reaction you're gonna have too. Like some people are like I had it too. I'm like, what at first, but I do like what Trevor was saying about it too, because it is true. It's like maybe it can. Do you think it can shine some light to help the business some more?
Oh, it ain't gonna hurt, but he's gonna get a lot of grief about it.
Yeah,
That's what I said. What are you doing? You know, why are you making so much money? Why are you bitching?
Yeah. He played the wizard in Shazam appeal. Yeah, he was the wizard in there that gave Shazam his powers. And then he was in the dungeon in the last one. So that movie bombed though so bad. Nobody was making any money off residuals on Shazam 2. You know, nobody did. That was so bad. But I think yeah, it did. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it wasn't that great. I mean, I didn't think it was. I mean, I'm the world's worst. I am nicer when it comes to these movies. I try to find the goodness in them, you know. And I even Craven, I would have to laugh at some things. I'm like, I got to laugh at a lot of things in Craven. But I'm just like, I feel it. I think that what Trevor says is a valid point. I just wonder if like people will listen enough to do better by people in the next contract negotiation, you know, because we're always undercutting. There's undercutting. They're trying to pay people less people on set. They're trying to get less workers because wages are going up, they say. And so I don't know if the producers are going to even listen to anybody now. I've also heard that it's like, you know, some of these big actors will come forward, Trevor, and they'll come to these meetings and they'll propose stuff like for like stunt people or for like, you know, stand-ins, and then the producers won't even listen to the big celebrities, like whatever. So it's like but they'll use that against them. They're like, oh, we pay you enough money, so we don't want to hear from you, you know. But it's like people across the board are making enough money in Hollywood to actually sustain in Los Angeles. That's the problem. You know, and if anything showcases anything, it's like the fighters. It's like we gotta care about each other more, but you know, it's just dividing people more right now. It seems like. So, I hope that this can actually shed some light, make it better. I don't know though. I really don't know. I don't know if the business can change. I hope it can, but I don't know if it can change. The Baldoni thing, I'm going to go to GR first on the Baldoni thing, because I think Trevor has a hot take on this too. So I'm going to go to Trevor next and get GR in there first. So GR, we saw the clip. The clip came out. Baldoni's saying it's going to incriminate her more than him. Should he even release this? Because people are saying he shouldn't have released it. Just let dogs lie. Let the footage come out in court and go from there. Should he even release? Because this happened in other cases, like the Johnny Depp thing. Amber Heard released some stuff to the press, and it was actually ended up hurting her. Do you think it'll hurt him release this, or can it actually help him?
I don't know that it'll help or hurt. I mean, as an actor, that was nothing. I mean, it didn't look abnormal. It didn't look like he was doing anything dirty. It was an actor shooting supposed to be a romantic dance, a love scene. Come on, guys. Yeah, I've heard stories about her and how wonderful she's not. And she wants money from him, and he wants money from her, and it's I think it's a bunch of bullshit, personally.
The whole situation seems messed up to me the more we dive into it more. I'm like, the fact that this guy, is his first big project, he gets the rights to it, and now he's like fighting Blake Lively and fighting Ryan Reynolds, who've been around for a long time, makes me wonder, but also makes me wonder, like, you know, what kind of conversations, if she's saying that this hurt her, what kind of conversations were they having outside of on set, you know, before they're shooting? Because she was saying he was talking about pornography and talking about like her weight and talking about like, you know, his fetishes, what are hers. If he was having those conversations, then this could shine light in this being a toxic situation. But to me, it's like this is kind of like shooting the set. This happens a lot, and it just depends on the conversations that happen outside of filming. That's what it comes to me, GR. So I don't know. We'll have to see, like,
unless she's got recordings of them,
which she probably doesn't. She might have. There's text messages of stuff, I guess.
Well, if she got evidence, then he loses. If she doesn't have it, she loses.
Yeah. Trevor, you see this too. It sounds like you're taking the opposite approach to this. You watch the footage. What do you think?
I usually do take the opposite approach.
That's good.
Okay, so first of all, I have to admit that I didn't watch the whole thing. I just kind of skipped through it a little bit and watched little bits and pieces. I think that like the important thing to keep in mind here, though, is that he controls all the footage. He has all of it, and what he's released is a heavily edited portion that he thinks helps his case. Like, there is so many like more hours of like unused footage from every movie than like the 9 or 15 minutes or whatever it was that he released. And like, he basically put out the stuff that he thought would make him look good. And like Herkamp said, like, the fact that he put it out in the public eye instead of entering it into evidence in the trial shows, like, I think that what we should take away from this is he's trying to sway public opinion towards his in his favor, but it feels like he knows it's not going to stand up in court. Otherwise, he would have just put it into evidence. That's
Right.
my takeaway from it. Like, I feel like he's just trying to like get his story out there and get everybody like rallied to his side as soon as he can before like anything worse comes out. But like, I think what should have been done here is all of the footage should have been turned over to the courts to sift through, rather than, like I said, he controls everything. He just put out the stuff that he thought made him look good. So
isn't that, Trevor? Isn't that what they're both doing?
she doesn't have the footage. I mean, yeah, everybody's always trying to make themselves look good, but like,
she's giving her story her way, trying to sway public opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No, I mean, like, I'm speaking specifically about the clip that he released. Like, this is specifically, this is what he's trying to do with it. We don't know what's in the rest of the footage. I'm not necessarily taking either side. I mean, like, my gut says that she's right, but like, I would like to wait until like the evidence is like actually analyzed to like throw my weight behind anything for whatever little my weight is worth. I'm just saying that this clip seems like a manipulation tactic on his part, the way that it was released. And as far as like money goes, like, I don't think she's in this for the money. She's married to Ryan Reynolds, one of the most bankable actors in Hollywood. She doesn't need the money. Like, I think that whether she does or not, I think she believes she has a case here. Like,
she has to, right?
Yeah. I don't think that she's in it for a paycheck. I think that she legitimately experienced something, and whether that something was actually illegal or not is to be determined. And she just really wants something done about the situation. So that's my take on it. As far as like what's shown in the clip, like, is this just acting or whatever? It's like, well, yeah, it is. And like, the thing is, like, you know, we've all been on sets, like, you still have to show up and you still have to do your job no matter what's happening behind the scenes. So what we're seeing in the clip is her showing up and doing her job because she's still a professional. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have enough information to determine who's right here. I just think it's a little slimy the way that he released it up.
I know, that's the thing too. It's like that happened before. It's happened in multiple cases where you're getting these things like released, and it's like I saw today that P. Diddy has filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against against some of the jurors or something like that, or the people that are coming against him. I'm like, what about I was like, how is P. Diddy filing defamation lawsuits right now while in prison? And there's a huge I don't know. I mean, you got a RICO case against one person. I don't know how that's happening. But everyone's going to have their side of the story on things at the end of the day. And I think that this does showcase acting. That's what it does, you know. And I think you're right, Trevor, when he put it out there, a lot of people in Hollywood, like, I am like, that's what happens on set. We get that, you know. And that can persuade people on your side. I still think that's weird about the nice pool thing in Deadpool Wolverine, which is clearly that's that guy. I mean, I'm just saying clearly, like, even like commenting on the weight, and she looks good and she has had a baby. She lost a lot of weight. It's a little weird. So, I mean, there's clearly some bad blood there, but maybe it was just because Baldoni was trying to control them too, and they got upset about that, you know? And if someone was dissing on your wife, I'll play both sides. If there's some dissing on your wife, then you would be like, fuck this guy, you know? And so we don't have we have text messages that she released that he said they were edited. Now we have this video that came out that she's saying he edited. And so now we're like, well, okay, we got all this stuff coming out. We see getting to court with this. I still don't think this is going to court. They want to have a jury trial, but I feel like this will get settled beforehand. What do you think, Trevor? Do you think they'll settle this and not go to court? Will this be another big Hollywood scandal?
I don't know. I hope it goes to court. I hope it does. Because like I said, I don't think she's looking for money. So I don't think she's going to want to settle.
That's like Gwyneth Paltrow. When she went to court, like $1 for that ski thing. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Vaguely.
Yeah. It was like $1 for the guy who was like ran into her. Like that was it, and she didn't even care about the money, and she won, and it made sense, you know. So
Mhm.
she was like, "F this guy." So I don't know, Gr. What do you think? Things will go to court?
I think it could well go to court because right now it's just a bunch of he said, she said.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I want to hear more about it. I think we're getting trickle stuff like Trevor's saying from both sides, trying to make everybody. I'm trying to look good here. You're trying to look good there. But I still like. I watch the footage and I just go, yeah, this is. I've seen this a million times working on set. I've been there too. Where like I've actually been where I've been directing something like that too. You're in the scene. You're like talking about the directing, but you're trying to act while you're in there too. So I mean, this could be interpreted one way or the other. So honestly, we'll have to wait how it all plays out to get more of these messages and this communication, and then we'll see. At the end of the day, we'll make a case to see who we think actually is the person that is guilty here. And it just sounds like it was a bad set. And the movie did good too. I almost put it on last night. I'm like going through watching movies I haven't watched because I've been sick. I'm like, I should just put this fucking movie on. I didn't put it on. I watched like the substance instead. Which, have you guys seen The Substance at all?
Hell yes.
That fucking movie, GR. Oh my god, it's gross, Trevor. It's gross. I had no idea.
I thought seeing it in the theater, like I thought the movie was over, like the character arcs were closed, all of the storylines were done, and then that third title card comes in, and I was like, oh my god, and then it goes off the rails. It's brilliant. It's beautiful. I wasn't ready for it, but I'm glad I saw it.
Demi Moore, round of applause to you, Demi Moore. Round of applause. She did fucking great. I'll go real applause too. She did great. But I was cringing. I was like, I was like, I hear great things about Little C, and I was like cringing. I'm like, oh my god, I'm like on my pillow. I'm like, this is nasty. Between like the transformation happening and splitting out of her back and like the other body coming out. Ugh, there was some. I had no idea. But Gr, watch The Substance. Gr, you might. I don't know what you're gonna think about that. Woo. And before we get our winner of hot takes,
if Demi's in it, I'll go watch it.
Oh, she looks fucking smoking too in it. She looks great. I was like, damn, from the very first scene, I'm like, she looks great. I'm like, get it, Demi Moore. Fucking, she had that Olivia Newton-John thing going on, kind of. I was all about it, you know? She looked good in it. But one more quick thing, since we have time, there's only 3 of us here tonight. Do we think Russ will get domestic distribution at all? I don't think so. I said it before, I think it's going to go to streaming and that's it. GR, no?
No, not a chance in hell.
Trevor, think at all? Theaters at all? Limited release?
No, I don't think any distributor is going to want to touch that. It would be nice only because her widow and son have a stake in it now, like they get a share of the profits, but I don't think anyone's going to want to see it.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think a lot of people are already boycotting it. The fact that what happened overseas in Poland, there were people there, but there was more like a memorial to her, you know, than anything else. And then, you know, people are, it's just to me, it's like you made the movie finish because of her, but all the drama, all the lawsuits, Alec Baldwin now going after the prosecution now too. There's so, it's such a dirty situation. We've had too many conversations about Alec Baldwin, but I feel like it's never going to end. And I think that just doomed the movie in general. There was a way of getting around it, I think, but I think they just played it all wrong. I just think they did. That happens a lot though. And I see the chat talking about, so one more quick thing. The rhinos in Gladiator. I know Queen's upset about the rhinos and the tigers, and now people are upset about Wakanda. But I get it. Like, you know, I think Ridley Scott was trying to one-up himself in that movie and trying to get like bigger and bigger spectacles. So that's why he had the CG rhinos and the CG monkeys and the CG lions. They were a little distracting, but I don't know. I mean, I love that they flood the arena because it actually happened in Gladiator days too. Flood the arena, had like the water battles. That was pretty cool. Trevor, did you see the second one?
I did not. I love the first one so much. I didn't feel like it needed a sequel. I didn't want to tarnish the first one. I'm just going to let it go.
There's a third one coming too, by the way. So,
all right,
it's happening.
I'm glad people are enjoying them. I'm glad Ridley Scott's still working.
Right? Good for him. Yeah. I'm happy he is too. He's a talent. I'm happy he's still working too. GR, how about you? Are you upset about those CG lions as much as Queen was, the rhino and stuff?
No, it's CG for crying out loud. It's not real.
You know, I think she's
if they were killing real animals, yeah, I'd be pissed.
Oh yeah,
But
you couldn't do that. There's no way.
it's a computer-generated image. Give me a break.
It's still the sentiment of it. Like, I'm with Queen on this one. Like, I mean, I would still see a movie if it had that, but like, I would be upset with it also. It's the principle of it. Like, you still just don't like. Even if it's CGI, you're meant to believe, you're meant to suspend disbelief and believe this is an animal the same way you're meant to believe that an actor is Darth Vader. So, like, if you're sensitive to violence against animals, you'd be sensitive to violence against cartoon animals also.
I just read the rest of Queen's stuff, so I get your saying. I thought Queen was saying she hated how bad it looked, the CG. She's actually talking about the mistreatment of the animals. Yeah, I can see that. And also, people also watch stuff like that, and they'll do shit too,
What you have to look at when you see that, especially in that movie, that's what really happened. The shit went on in the Colosseum was incredibly violent, not only to people but animals and people too. I mean, they were just showing you what happened. They weren't doing it.
No, I mean that's fine. Like, it's just like, I think it's good that we're allowed. Like, I'm not advocating for censorship or anything. I'm just agreeing with her. Like, if you don't want to see that, then you don't have to see it. Like, you can opt out. Like, I was playing a World War II game recently on my computer, and like, there was some parts where you had to like shoot dogs, and I just quit. I was just like, I don't want to shoot dogs. Like, this game was cool, but I don't want to shoot dogs. I want to shoot Nazis.
Yeah.
So, it was a well-made game right up until I had to shoot a dog.
And you're like, I don't want this,
Like, I understand that the military
in a game.
Same reason they have it in Gladiator 2, GR. That was real. They used dogs as attack dogs in war,
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's for the realism. But, like, and I understand that and I respect that, but I don't want to do it.
Why?
Yeah. It's the same thing. Like, there's dogs guarding the Nazi compound and you have to take them out. And so I was like, no,
I'm good on that.
I'm done. I'm good.
That's a weird thing to even program in. Like, you shoot some dogs. There's some weird person programmed that in. I don't know.
Woof.
It's weird to me. Yeah, woof. Yeah. But I gotta say this. I still like Gladiator 2. I think it's good. I think you should check it out, Trevor. I know you don't want to check it out, but it's on Paramount Plus right now if you want to. And
Blu-ray release is March 4th, Brian.
Paramount Plus. But anyways, everybody.
I had a hard time with Denzel playing a bad guy.
I liked it. I liked Denzel in that movie. He was great, I thought. Yeah,
he was, but it's just Denzel.
I know. But great quick takes, everybody. Great quick takes. I can't even say it. Great quick takes.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.